I am Lois.
And I'm EmJem. And we've had our fair share of absolute disasters when it comes to the male species, love and relationships.
You name it, and one of us has probably experienced it. So if you want to hear about some hilarious sex stories,
failed situationships with a dash of heated debate,
welcome to the Hoe Phase.
Ew.
Hi everyone!
Hiya, loves!
Welcome back!
Welcome back. Yeah.
To the Hoe Phase.
Hoe Phase.
Oh, she's jingling today.
I'm jingling.
Have we been?
Been alright, yeah.
Yeah. Cracking stuff.
Yeah.
We're on episode 17.
1738. Hey, I was there like a pillow, eh?
Hello, I was going to say, Dancing Queen.
You are the dancing queen.
Young and sweet, only 17.
Ba 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 ba.
Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. What you been up to?
Well, been a very busy lady.
You have.
So, last weekend, we went on the stag/hen do.
Stendu.
The stendu that we talked about to Ninja Warrior, which was... Do you want my honest opinion?
Go on.
The inflatable bit was the only fun bit.
Yeah. It was very fun.
It was fun, but the actual obstacle courses themselves...
hard.
Like, they're not fun.
No, they were
Because
really hard.
they're hard. But the inflatable part, so much fun.
I had so much fun on that. It was like just being in a massive bouncy castle.
Yeah, it was great.
And we all got on top of this big thing, and then we all fell off.
Because Charlotte moved.
Charlotte moved. That was it. We were tumbling.
Yeah.
But I ended up on top of Kira, and then Kira ended up on top of me. I was going to break my arm at one point.
I ended up on top of Ellie. Speaking of broken arms, my Bruno, within the first 10 minutes of us being there, fell off and pulled something in his arm. He was convinced the entire time that we were there that he'd dislocated it. And I went, babe, you would have known if you'd dislocated your arm. But he was in a lot of pain, bless him.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did that.
It was fun. We beat the small wall, both of us. Emma beat the big wall.
I did beat the big wall. That's because you were all too pussy to do it.
I did do it though.
Yeah, eventually. But you
I just didn't want
to be like,
no.
I don't want to go off it.
I didn't want to be the first one to fail it.
Well, what would it matter?
The embarrassment.
Well, it was more embarrassing. You all sat down at the bottom, not doing it.
I still did it.
We were all, me and Ben were stood at the top of this wall being like, we've been stood here for 5 minutes. Like, come on, somebody just do it. It was ridiculous.
And I did eventually.
And there was a 6-year-old boy who just kept coming up and doing it because you were all taking the piss.
Yeah, but he was about 6 stone wet through.
Sorry?
He was about 6 stone wet through. He could get up there easy.
Yeah, everybody could have done that easily. They wouldn't do it. They would not put it in if it wasn't like easy for some people. Do you know what I mean?
It wasn't easy for me.
Well,
I'm a short queen.
And he was a short king. He was 6.
He was also very, very light. I could have picked him up with my pinky.
Well, it doesn't matter about your height.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't.
Yes, it does.
It absolutely doesn't, Lois. All of our friends were pussies and me and Ben were stood at the top being like, we conquered the wall. I felt like I was in Game of Thrones.
Oh, sure up.
I did. I felt fantastic.
I still tried it though. It's not like I didn't try it.
Yeah, it just took you about 84,000 years to just try it.
It's been 84 years.
Oh, my grandmother. So yes, we went to Ninja Warrior.
Ninja Warrior.
And then I went to Twickenham, which now, those of you that don't know, if you listen to the podcast, you probably know, I work for a sports department, even though I know nothing about sport, really. I could not tell you the rules of rugby at all. No. But my dear friend from work got to a cup final and they were holding the finals at Twickenham. Now, there was no way that I wasn't going. So me and our friend from work, we go down to London, go down to Twickenham, and I had the best time. What an atmosphere we created, I tell you. It was great.
Love that.
They sadly didn't win, but
Yeah.
they did get to Twickenham, so...
Yeah,
I mean,
that's an achievement in itself.
Yeah. In my friend's speech, she said, it's so cringe, but it's also very true. We might not win the match, but we've already won because we're here. She said that. And I was
That's very cute.
That's really cute. So yeah, I went to Twickenham. What did you do on the Sunday?
I went to a first birthday party.
Ah, yes.
Yes, I went to a birthday party for little Rosie.
For a 1-year-old.
For a 1-year-old. It was really cute.
Aww.
And the food was really nice.
Was it at the same place that I had my 21st?
It was, yes.
So I'd seen the pictures and I was like, I'm sure that's where I had my 21st birthday.
Yeah, it was.
Cute! I went to Twickenham. You went to a first birthday party.
I did. It was like everyone and their mother's birthday anniversary. It's fucking...
What do you mean?
Like, on the Sunday, the 12th of May.
Yeah.
It's everyone, like, loads of people's birthdays.
Oh, really?
Anniversaries. Yeah. So, I'll count off the people.
Okay.
Rosie.
Yeah.
Oreo.
I was just about to say, I don't think Oreo counts.
It counts. Paul.
Yes, your stepdad.
Megan, my old neighbour.
Oh, really? I didn't know it was her birthday. Happy birthday, Megan.
Happy birthday, Megan. My auntie and uncle's wedding anniversary.
Right. Which ones?
My auntie Nicola and Uncle Matt.
Right, yes, okay.
It was also the 6-year anniversary of my granddad's death.
Right, okay. Well,
But I forgot about that.
We don't really celebrate that.
No, we don't. I wasn't celebrating.
I was just about to say,
I just miss him.
When you were like reeling stuff off then, I was like, oh, lots of things.
No, but it's just a day of things.
A day of things.
A day of things. You know, it's a lot happening on one day.
For you?
For me.
Yes.
Personally.
I'm going to say I only know Rosie and Oreo, but even then I wouldn't really class Oreo as a person. You know, he's a dog.
He's a four-legged friend.
He is. But he's a dog. Our son turned 2 the other day, Bruno.
Are we counting his birthday?
Well, it wasn't on the 12th of May, so...
This is the 18th of May.
In terms of lots of things going on,
yeah.
I mean, he's a dog. He just can't. He doesn't acknowledge that it's. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, Bruno could not give 2 shits.
No, because
he was like, "Why am I getting extra treats today?"
We gave him 4 extra treats.
I did end up giving him 2 more as well.
Oh, did you?
I did, yeah. When I was taking Kev to the vets, took Kev to the vets.
Oh yeah.
It's been a week.
We did hot pod yoga.
Yes, we did.
Found a new hobby.
We have. It's so great.
It's brilliant. It's basically just yoga in a massive tent. It's then heated to 37 degrees. Feels like it felt like I was in Thailand again.
I mean, at least it's going to help us like acclimatise to when we go on holiday.
Yeah.
It's not even going to be
I mean,
as hot.
I was going to say Slovenia's not going to be that hot.
No, but when we get there and then we're hit with it, we'll have, it's not as bad as hot pod yoga.
Hot pod yoga. Those
we
bitches.
Came out dripping.
I don't think I've ever been that wet from a class ever.
No.
Like, yeah.
But it wasn't a bad sweat.
No,
it was really
this
nice.
is what I keep saying to people who I've spoken to about it. I keep saying I felt like I was worried that I was going to really struggle, and I really didn't.
No,
now I don't know if I wasn't pushing myself hard enough, but I definitely
know for a fact I wasn't pushing myself hard enough, because I was like, if I keep doing this, I will then be able to push myself once I get used to it. That is the first yoga session I've done in 4 years.
I've never done yoga.
I used to do it, during COVID. I just used to watch it on the telly, and I got a yoga mat at home, and that's what I did as my exercise, because I don't like, if you know me, I don't like going outside. So I just used to yoga in the front room.
I've never done yoga. So that was the first yoga class I've ever done.
It's good. I enjoy it.
And then we went to a baby shower today.
We did. My wonderful cousin Becky is having another baby girl.
Yes.
She's literally due in a couple of weeks.
Lovely.
And yeah, it was really cute. I posted pictures on the gram. Well, on my gram. I mean, I can post pictures on the Hoe Phase gram if you want.
I mean, we need some kind of freaking social media presence.
I know, sorry guys. I'm a busy gal.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I've also been to Bristol this weekend as well.
What did you do in Bristol?
I went to go and see my dear friends who had put on a production of The Addams Family. And it was so good. So good. I was thinking this whilst I was down there. If anybody within the Derbyshire, Yorkshire area, South Yorkshire area, knows of an EmJem group that we can go to, please reach out, because I miss it and I want to do it properly. Like the show that we're doing with Callie, obviously that's like a showcase, but an actual production, I want to find one. Because the one that I got into a couple of years ago, I don't think I'd be able to sustainably go to it, because it's like on the other side of Kelham.
Yeah.
And rehearsals are like 2 times a week, finishing at 10 p.m. I'm not going to be getting home till like fucking midnight.
Yeah.
So we need something local-ish that we both can go to.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Because
I do love doing a production.
Yeah.
I wish DTA did them again.
I'm tempted to pitch it.
Yeah.
Go to Julie and Jeff. I mean, I personally would not be able to do it.
Why?
Well, I can't. I've not got any like DBS or out like that. Legally, I wouldn't be allowed to teach.
No, I meant like do an actual show with them, because they used to get people in, didn't they? Like, hold auditions.
Again, I'm not like qualified for that shit. If they did it, like if they did like an adult musical theatre class.
That's what I meant.
No, you're missing what I mean. I won't be able to teach it because I'm not qualified to do that.
I wasn't saying you teach it.
That's what the way that you were saying that then was like, why don't you do it? I'm like,
no,
babe,
I said, what if DTA was to put on a show and we did it?
Yeah, so I was going to pitch it to them. Be like, can you set up something?
Oh, sorry. We really misunderstood each other then.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're right on the same wavelength, and then others we haven't got a fucking clue what the other person's saying. Not a clue. That completely went over both of our heads. What I was saying is, what if DTA put on a production and we starred in it?
That, yes, fine.
I would be down for that.
Yeah.
But you were saying, what if DTA did an adult class or a kids class and I taught it? But I can't do that because I'm not DBS checked.
No, I meant if they could like start up like adult classes for us to go to, and maybe like
do a show at the end.
Because that would just be really fun.
Yeah. I mean, it'd probably be me and you in it at the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe Ruby would turn up every couple of weeks.
I don't know if she'd want to.
No, I don't think she would.
There is one in Hasland. But it's like plays. It's not like...
Oh, no, I'm not a
It's like
girl.
Shakespeare.
No, I've had enough of Shakespeare from school, thank you. Give me the musical theatre. I'm all right for the Wherefore Art Thou. You know what I mean?
Wherefore Art Thou, Romeo.
Romeo, Wherefore Art Thou.
Wherefore Art Thou.
So, there's a couple of things that I want to talk about before we get into the Hoe Phase content.
The beefiness.
Uh-huh. So, number one. The Eras Tour is back.
She's back.
With the Tortured Poets Department.
Yes. Or Female Rage, the musical.
Female Rage.
Feminine Rage? Female Rage? Something like that.
One of them. Rage. Just pure.
Well, there's rage on more than one level. Have you seen like that outrage of everybody being fuming about the fact that she's cut stuff?
Ruby being one of those people who is absolutely raging.
All I'm gonna say, she's released an album mid-tour.
Yeah.
That's a new era. Of course she's gonna add it to the
Why, do people think that she ain't gonna do that?
People are kicking off being like, she should have just done another tour of the Tortured Poets Department.
No, why would she do that?
Well, this is what I thought. I was like, she's added an era to her eras. Like, she's added an era. She's doing her eras tour. Duh. Of course she's going to do it.
Duh.
Like, she's timed it perfectly for when her break was to add it in.
Yeah.
But yeah, people are kicking off because she's cut Long Live, Tolerate It.
I mean, she's cut some
The Great American Dynasty.
See, I can take a leave Great American Dynasty.
Yeah.
And I can take a leave Tolerate It. I like it. Do I think Do I think it's a show-worthy song? It's a bit
The
slow.
Archer. She's cut The Archer as well.
Again, not a fave of mine. All the ones that she's left in, I'm like, yeah, big bop.
And that's what I think people like. the folklore Evermore girly pops are fuming about because she's cut the majority of them.
I am a folklore and Evermore girly, and still I like them, but I don't think they're show-worthy pieces because when you go to a concert, you don't want to be sat there like, oh.
Yeah.
You want to be like, bop.
And also, the other thing that I keep thinking, it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, you can just watch it again.
To watch forever and ever, amen.
Yeah.
Like, if you're really that upset about it, sell your ticket, give it to us, and we'll go.
Yeah. Because guess what? We still haven't got tickets.
We still don't have tickets.
And I really, really, really want to go.
I just don't want to go. Like, I don't know a single person who has £600 to spare.
And if you do, please donate.
Donate. Maybe we should start a GoFundMe. There's more important things to be GoFunding, to be fair, but...
Yeah. But let us go see Taylor Swift. Taylor, if you're watching this by some chance...
Imagine if she was.
Taylor's our number one fan.
Maybe if we made TikToks about her. Like, you know, TikTok clip.
Tay-Tay, my girl, please. We really want tickets to come and see you.
Wanna be at the Eras Tour.
Please.
Pretty please, with cherry on top.
Pretty please.
I'll make a friendship bracelet, yeah.
I'm going to wear a t-shirt that says, I heart T-Swift.
Do you want to talk about what I got all the girly pops?
Yes, I do.
I've inspired for the hen do.
EmJem bought us 4 girls a t-shirt each.
Yes.
And each t-shirt has a different slogan.
Saying.
On them. Mine says, I heart to make boys cry.
And
you know what? I do.
And then mine says, I love my boyfriend, so please stay away from me.
Yep.
And then Ruby says, I'm literally just a girl.
A girl.
And I think Kira's is my favourite one.
Yes.
Kira says, world's best ex-girlfriend.
Which is true.
It is true. So yeah, I bought them for a night out.
Yeah, we need to actually organise a night out.
We'll hopefully go on at some point.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fun.
Hilarious.
It was the best day when she brought them out, and I was like, wow, I love it.
Yeah.
I want to wear it forever.
Slay.
So the next thing is, obviously we've touched on Baby Reindeer.
Oh, yeah.
The interview with the real life Martha with Pierce Brosnan.
Brosnan?
Morgan. Where did Brosnan come from?
I mean, Pierce Brosnan is in Mamma Mia and is James Bond.
It's not Pierce Brosnan. It is not James Bond.
It's Piers Morgan.
Piers Morgan, as in Britain's Got Talent. Very two different worlds.
Did he judge Britain's Got Talent?
He did, yeah.
Is that where he's from?
That's what I knew him from as a kid.
Oh.
Well, what do you know him from?
I just know him.
Just know him for being a dick.
He's just a person that's been on my televisione quite a few times.
Yeah, it was on BGT.
Was he?
For a long time, before David Williams.
Oh,
with
yes.
Amanda and Simon.
Yes. Ah.
No one liked him then.
I mean, no one likes him now, really.
No.
But yes.
With the whole Martha interview, he was very good at handling her, I think.
Do you know what, though? Have you watched any of his other interview stuff that he's done?
No, I haven't.
Now, his other interview stuff, he interviewed a really infamous serial killer who's still alive in America. He went to he's been around like loads of prisons around in America and done interviews with killers and stuff.
Okay.
And because of the way that he is, he's just not fazed by anything.
No.
So he's very good at it. We'll have to find it. They're on Netflix.
Okay.
But yeah, he's very good at it.
Because he's just so opinionated within himself, I just don't think he actually cares what people are gonna say back to him.
But also, the focus was not on him in that interview.
But he's not afraid to ask the gritty questions in case they bite back at him. Because he's just not asked by that.
I think. Do you know what I think it was for me, that interview? She went on there to obviously clear her name to be like, I'm not the real Martha. Honey Bunny Boo Boo, all you did was confirm that it was. She went on Piers Morgan.
Piers Brosnan.
Piers Morgan, and lied about the fact that she'd not watched it. When she openly tweeted and put on Facebook that she had watched it, she put clips of it on there. Yeah. She backtracked on everything that she was saying. The whole green spot thing that's going around on TikTok. He asked me to sleep with him with a big green spot on his face. And I laughed.
Oh my God.
He asked me if I would like my curtains fixed. And it's a euphemism. And I said, no, I've got a boyfriend. But honestly, no, I just watched it. And we were both watching it, weren't we? And I was just like, this woman is crazy.
It's mental.
But, so Piers Morgan then went on Lorraine the next day.
Right.
He said that she doesn't come across as a mentally unwell woman.
Right.
She comes across as somebody who genuinely thinks that she is correct in anything that she says. Yeah. She's correct. Whereas obviously in Baby Reindeer, she was portrayed to be a mentally ill woman. And I think the thing that people are forgetting is that Netflix said yes, it's based on true events, but that's the word. Based. People are like the thing that she went in with was that it was all fiction and that he made the whole thing up. But
he's going to dramatize
it, and he even said in his interviews that he's like dramatized the relationship that he had with the girlfriend that he had.
Oh, what was her name?
I can't remember her name.
Terry. Might have been Terry. Terry. I think it was Terry.
I think it was Terry as well.
Terry with an I.
Yes. So he like made that up and added that into the storyline to give it a bit more juice. But the majority of what happened to him, so with the writer and the producer and with her, was some of it was fact, but not all of it. Yeah. But she basically went on and she was like, it was all false. But she kept like backtracking and like...
Yeah, there were certain things where she was like, no, I've never sent him an email. And then she was like, but I sent him this, like, and like later on in the interview and like brought it up again. Yeah. But basically put herself back in the firing line for it.
She mentioned the fact that she got like 6 email addresses.
Email accounts, yeah, that's
and she was like, that's pretty normal, isn't it? And you could just see Piers sat there like, you're really not helping yourself. Like, if you're trying to clear your name.
She didn't help herself in any way, shape or form. It just basically confirmed that what Richard Gadd said about the original character, she basically confirmed that it was her.
Yeah.
And I could see why, you know, they made her as, like, intense as they did. Like, yes, she was intense on screen, but obviously it's dramatised. Mm-hmm. But even watching that, I was like...
Yeah, she's a very intense woman. If you've not watched it, like, watch it.
Yeah.
Do it.
It's very interesting to watch. Because you're like, Jesus, they hit the nail on the head. So, yeah, that was that.
Yes.
Next, we watched a lovely little film called Red, White and Royal Blue.
Oh my God, no, I'm obsessed with that film. Like, I'm actually obsessed with that film.
Yeah.
There's a sequel coming out.
Yeah, there is. We're on like the Nicholas Galitzine train at the moment, because obviously last podcast we had mentioned the idea of you.
Yeah.
And then we watched Red, White and Royal Blue. And then obviously he's in that as Prince Henry.
That film is just as horny as the idea of you, might
So horny!
That man is just horny.
He's a horny boy.
He's a horny guy.
Yes, very good film. Yeah. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it, didn't we?
Yes.
And so it obviously came out last year and I didn't really know what to expect of it.
Yeah.
Because we didn't watch it at the time. But it's so cute. So wholesome.
So cute. Yeah.
Lovely little film.
Lovely little film.
Can't wait for the sequel.
Yeah.
And Uma Thurman plays the president. What more could you want?
Oh, and she's so
what a
southern.
fucking woman.
She's so
She's a southern belle.
My sugar honey pie.
Southern belle. You ugly bitch. What? In RuPaul's Drag Race. I realised where I got ugly boogly from.
Oh!
It's from RuPaul's Drag Race.
Emma's got a thing for saying, ugly boogly man.
Oogly boogly man. It's just really funny to say oogly boogly. Oogly boogly. Yeah, so in season 14, one of the drag queens there was beef.
What's your beef?
And she goes, "Listen here, you ugly bitch." And I realised that's I got oogly boogly man.
Oogly boogly.
Okay, what with the boogly bit?
Boogly.
Oogly boogly man.
The next thing that we have got
Oh.
is something that we wanted to mention on the last pod, but we didn't get the chance to because we forgot.
Yes.
We watched The Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind.
Yes.
I have seen the film before, but I think I was about 17 when I watched it, so that's like, 9 years ago? Nearly 10 years ago. So I just want to know what your opinion is on it, as someone who's watched it with fresh eyes.
So, because I'd seen the music video for We Can't Be Friends, I understood what was going on, and I knew what was coming. Like, I'd already said at the beginning of the film, oh, I know exactly where this comes. Like, I'd already guessed what had happened. So, in that sense, I was kind of annoyed that I'd already seen the music video for it.
Yeah.
However, what I will say is that I think it's a very good film. And the takeaway that I had from it is that if you want to be with somebody and you're destined to be with somebody, you'll be with that person regardless, whether you try to forget them or not. Like, and
just wired in your brain.
Yeah, like, I'm a firm believer in, like, soulmates and stuff. Like, my dad says it all the time. My dad was supposed to have a different life to what he currently has. Like, he wanted to be, like, a fighter pilot, like, and he was on the track for doing that. However, he didn't pass his medical because of his back condition that he's got. And he says to me all the time, he says, because I didn't do that, I met your mum. But even if I did do that, I know I would have met your mum because we were absolutely destined to meet and, like, be together and stuff, which I'm like, ah, that's the best, cutest story ever.
They are literally soulmates.
And, like, my Bruno says it to me as well. Like, he says, we were absolutely destined to meet, like, because this is the only life that I can picture. And I also agree with that. Like, I think if our lives had panned out anyway, as platonic soulmates, we would have absolutely found each other. Like,
yeah.
And
even if we weren't 8 years old.
Yeah.
We probably would have met, you know, a few years later.
Yeah. Like, in my head, you meet people. The important people in your life are in your life for a reason.
Yeah.
And I think that film puts it in a really, like, nice way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's freaking Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet and Mark Ruffalo and who else is in it? Elijah Wood and
Kirsten Dunst.
There's a fucking stacked cast.
Yeah, it was such a good film.
Yeah, it's really good.
Like, the first time I watched it, I was, 17, and I just sobbed.
See, I didn't cry.
I didn't cry as I'm older.
Yeah.
But the first time I watched it, I really cried.
Yeah, I didn't cry. But, yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yes. We
Yes.
also watched another film that night.
We did.
Called Leon the Professional.
I did fall asleep.
EmJem fell asleep.
It's a long film. And it was late as well.
It was very late when we watched it. I don't think we started watching it till about 8:30 in the evening. So we watched Leon.
Yes.
It has a very young Natalie Portman in it.
Extremely young. She's like 14, isn't she?
Well, I think she was 14 when she filmed it, but she's supposed to be 12 in the film. Yeah. Gary Oldman.
Oh, what a man.
Isn't he brilliant in that film?
But I said this when we were watching it. Gary Oldman playing a villain, playing a psycho is just fantastic.
He's brilliant.
He's so good. Such a good actor. Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't watched either of those two films, I suggest watching them. They are really, really good films.
Very good films.
EmJem needs to watch the end of the film again.
Well, I've watched it. I know how it ends.
Yeah.
I know what happens. I just missed the build-up.
The build-up's the best bit.
I've just missed all the building, running around and shooting and bombing and stuff.
Yeah. Very good films.
Yes.
Watch them.
Yes.
The next thing. The TV series that is on everybody's lips. Bridgerton.
Oh my god.
God.
Oh my god.
It was a lot to take in.
I need to watch it again, I think.
Yes, me too. I need to binge it because we had to watch it in 2 parts.
I think because of how highly anticipated it was. Like, it's currently meeting expectation. I'm waiting for it to exceed expectation.
Yes.
Like, we watched the last episode last night, didn't we, when I got in? And we all knew that there's a particular scene that was coming up. We just didn't know when. When I tell you, we were sat on this sofa, like, on tender hook. We were... tender hooks. We were sat on the edge of this sofa. And...
we were screaming.
We were. It was
gasping for air.
Fantastic.
She was being fingered in a carriage.
In a carriage! There's a spinster.
Literally, Emma went, she is no better than us.
I did.
We've all done it. We've all been fingered in a moving vehicle.
And as it went on, I was like, she's currently having car sex.
Yeah.
She's actually no better than us.
Yeah.
And then, I'm sorry, it's still living in my head so rent-free.
The way he looks at her.
It's just that one bit where he's finished, where they've done the stuff, and he's like dressing her again, and he pulls away and he looks down and he looks up at her. I said to you, I was like, that is gonna live in my head rent free forever.
Yeah. For goodness sake, Penelope Featherington,
are you going to marry me or not? Oh my god.
Oh, now we've got to wait a whole last month. Yeah, it was a lot. I loved it.
I tell you what though, so other than that, I think the season's really, really
it's jam-packed.
There's a lot going on. Francesca.
Oh,
I love her.
With John Sterling.
I love her.
She's so cute.
And as I said to you last night, I've come to the conclusion that I feel sorry for Cressida Cowper now.
Yeah, I do too. I feel like she puts up this wall of being mean because her parents are so mean to her.
Yeah.
And you see that this season.
Yeah, and there's currently a Twitter conspiracy going on thinking that the reason Cressida can't get herself a man is because she's a lesbian. So we'll have to see what happens.
What else? Oh, the Featheringtons not knowing what sex is.
Oh my god.
That was hilarious.
Oh my god.
Inserts it where?
What do you mean? What do you mean? This is why sex education is so important.
So important. Imagine if they'd have just been doing that, but they were doing like anal. Because they didn't know.
Yeah. I mean, talking about sex education, the government have now decided that children under the age of 9 don't need to know what it is.
Yes, they do.
Well, that's the current political thing.
How are they supposed to know if they're being... I'm sorry, it's triggering, but...
That's the argument. The argument is, okay, you want to not teach kids what it is, but what if they're in a situation where they need to know what it is?
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, there are horrible people out in this world.
There are.
Yes, that's a prime example in the whatever they were.
They were married ladies.
17th century.
Yeah.
Was it the 17th? No.
18th.
No.
19th century. Because it was the 1800s, which really confuses me. Why is it not the 18th century for the 1800s?
Because in the 1st century, we were in the zeros.
I don't care. It doesn't
we were in
make
the
sense.
year 1.
No.
Year 2. Year 3. Year 85. That was the 1st century.
I'm sorry.
And then the 2nd century was the... Oh, no. Yeah, the 100s. So 101, 102, 103. That was the 2nd century. That's why.
It's just
Blame
so
Jesus.
Stupid. It's so, Jesus, you're a fucking dick.
Jesus.
Jesus is a fucking dick.
Happy birthday, Jesus. Name the show.
Book of Mormon.
No.
Oh, don't know then.
Rent.
I've seen Rent. I've seen you do Rent. I'm about to say I've never seen Rent. I have. Can I remember it? I remember the one bit that you did.
Only thing to do. One bit? Pardon?
That lives in my head rent free.
Oh. Go on.
Pulling your trousers down on stage.
Showing my arse off.
Showing your ass off. And obviously Over the Moon with the pots and pans.
Yes. That was my idea.
Love that.
I went into my audition with saucepan and
Spoon
in hand
Love that.
and performed it like that. And that is what landed me the gig, everyone.
Maybe we should do that.
Maureen.
Maybe we should do that for your next one. Next audition.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah.
Taking the frying pan and the sauce. Yeah, fine. I'm sure they'd love it.
I'm sure they would.
Only thing to do is jump over the moon. I've got a video of it somewhere.
Yeah, we'll post it on the Instagram.
Yeah.
So, what was after
Bridgerton,
that?
we've got the next part.
Yes,
in
which is the
just under a
13th of
month.
June. It is time for Alexa, play Careless Whisper. That was lovely.
Thank you.
So, this week's topic of Alexa, play Careless Whispering
Whispering.
is orgasms.
Ah, yes.
So, have you ever faked one? And have you actually ever had one? And what was your experience like?
So, I have definitely faked them.
Oh, 100%.
Because I didn't know what one was.
Yeah.
So, you know when, like, you have sex for the first time?
Yeah.
Or, like, you do anything for the first time?
Yeah.
And, like, when something is inserted into you or played with, let's say.
The sensation is strange.
The sensation makes you make noises.
It does. Still does now.
Yeah. So that was what I knew about sex when I started having sex. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, okay, that must be what you do then.
Yeah.
And I think you're lying if you've said that you've never faked it, because how the hell do you know what it feels like until you actually have one?
Yeah.
Now, what I will say is that I didn't realise what one actually was, as in I'd never had one until I was maybe 20? 20. I'm going to go with 20.
Yeah.
And I'd had many a partner. By that age.
Many a sexual partner.
Yeah. Like, I think when I was with my first boyfriend, I don't think I'd ever had one with him.
I was the exact same.
Because of how young I was as well. Like,
Well, I wasn't young, but...
I was 17 at the time.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't think I ever had one with him.
Yeah, thinking back on it now, knowing what I know now about my body and how it reacts to different things,
Yes.
with my first boyfriend, I don't think I ever had an actual orgasm.
Yeah.
I think... I don't want to sound really crude when I say this, but I think I did come. I just don't think it was an orgasm. Because there is a difference. There's a difference.
See, I don't think I've ever had either of those things until I was about 20.
Yeah.
However, what I will say is I still don't think I had a proper one until I was with my boyfriend now.
Yeah.
Until I've been with Bruno.
Yeah.
And I think that's because I personally need to have like a love, like a love connection
maybe.
there. Because with every other person that I'd been with, I think the reason I'd never experienced anything like that is because it was just like one night's, like off the cuff.
You don't know their body.
Yeah,
they don't know yours.
And the people that I did know were like so focused on themselves that, yeah.
I do find that when the men you're sleeping with pay more attention to your body and what you're doing and how you're reacting to them, you do tend to finish or have an orgasm. Because in my experience, the men who have been more focused on making themselves finish have never paid any attention to me. In that, I never finished.
Yeah. With
the men who, you know, went down on me for their own pleasure, always finish.
Yeah.
It depends on who you're with. As someone who is not in a relationship, in love, I have had experiences on both ends where they're shit and where they're really good and they pay loads of attention. Just depends.
So have you, like, tell us about a time that you have then.
Okay.
Because I've just done that.
Yeah. Time. So I've definitely.
Because you've also said on this podcast that you've never had bad sex.
I've never had bad sex, but I've not had like. I've had experiences where I was like, really don't want to be doing this anymore. But it's not been like bad. I just don't like the person. Like they gave me the ick.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, there's never been an experience where I was like, I need to get out of here. This is terrible. But I've had a lot of good experiences, which I'm very grateful for. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I'm going to say you're lucky.
Yeah, I'm very...
To never have had bad sex.
It's not all been, like, amazing, but...
See, last week's housemate story, Lois.
What was last
Mine
week's?
was the having a soft dick inside me. Like...
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've had that before. I have had that before.
And it wasn't shit.
Well, he made up for it with his fingers. So, the first time I knew I'd had an orgasm was with Toxic Kevin. I know you don't like him, but it's relevant. And we were doing the deed, obviously. And
not obviously, you could have been doing something else.
Could have been doing something else, but we were doing the deed. And there was a moment where I looked at him and I just felt this wave go through the body, and I was moaning really loud. I definitely think I woke his neighbours up, but
I didn't go into this much detail, everybody.
You asked for details.
No, I'm just asking for, like, have you faked it? Have you not?
I have definitely faked it.
Yeah.
Not in the sense of, like, I want it to finish, but because I could tell that they were getting tired. And I was just nowhere near done.
Yeah.
It just was not happening.
That's
so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to fake it. The boy needs a break. Like, give him a break. So, yeah, there's been times when I've faked it, but not very many. I'm very open about if I've not finished.
Oh, yeah, I didn't used to be. I am now.
Yeah.
I tell him all the time. He'll be like, did you? I'm like, no.
No.
He'll be like, what? I'll be like, sorry.
Sorry, boy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just too sexy for him. That's the conclusion that we've come to.
The conclusion.
I'm just a bit sexy.
Yeah, so I've always been very open though if men don't make me. But you know, when you're like so in it and they've been going out for ages and you're just like, I feel bad if I say it's not happening, you need to get off. I'm like, you know what, just fake it. Boost his ego a little bit. Boost the ego. Just a little bit. So yeah. But then obviously like my first orgasm was with Toxic Kevin.
Yeah.
And I had post-nut clarity.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
The first time it happened with me as well, I was like, oh, this is what it's supposed to feel like. I understand now.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah, I think that's the only orgasm I've had. I've obviously cummed a lot. Because you can do, like, orgasms can, like, last for ages.
Oh, I'm not even exaggerating with this, I've had a 10-minute one before. Genuine.
Good Lord.
Genuinely.
Yeah, I've never had one that long. I think mine lasts
maybe... Have you also had one where you've finished having sex and it's continued?
No, I've never had that.
I have. That was incredible. Like, we'd stopped, we'd finished having sex, and I'd laid down and I was still going. And Bruno was like, are you alright? I was like, you just need to give me a hot minute. I am still so in it.
Yeah.
That's a weird experience.
Yeah, when I had mine, we were still going at it, so I was literally like riding it out. Pardon the pun.
Riding it out. Ride 'em, cowboy.
So yeah, I have had that one. That's the only one that sticks in my mind. Obviously, like, when you say like coming and orgasm in a completely different things, like they are like kind of the same, but they're also very different.
I've never associated them as being different.
Really?
I think I've always had an orgasm when I've cummed.
I don't know. Like, I know I've cummed, but I've never had the intense feeling of that orgasm apart from that one time.
Oh, see, I've had it every single time.
Maybe I'm just doing it wrong.
Maybe you need to think back to how that happened.
No, I don't need to think about that, thank you, because I'll just want to shag him again.
Absolutely
you know we're not doing that.
Absolutely not.
We're not doing that.
And on that joyous note, that was Alexa play Careless Whisper.
Yeah.
It is time for... Are you all ready? It's time for the listener story!
Listener story! Yeah! Sorry, I was eating an Oreo.
Sorry, I got excited. We've got one. We've finally got one.
We've got the one story.
The one story. It is one story. But it's a story anyway.
Thank you, listener.
Thank you. Right. This is from an Emily.
An Emily.
This one time at band camp.
This one time at band camp.
I thought I found a decent guy.
Name the film.
Wrong. This one time at band camp. I don't know the film. I just know the quote.
American Pie.
Oh. This one time at band camp, I thought I'd found a decent guy. I was wrong.
Oh, no.
One day at work, I see this guy who looked very familiar. Turns out it was an old colleague who I hadn't seen since October. October last year.
Oh, okay.
They had moved up to the place I am working now as part of a management course. Basically training at this place for 3 months.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm working on the bar, and he comes in after his shift, and we catch up innocently.
Innocent.
He sits down at a table with a pint directly across from the till, within conversation distance, and we begin talking and getting to know each other better than we did last year. This is where it gets good, apparently.
Oh.
One shift, he was sat at the bar just in silence, and I'm busy serving. When it's quiet, we began talking about our lives, what we had been up to since we last saw each other, the standard conversation. Mm-hmm. I asked what days he had off, and say we should hang out on a day off. He ignores the question. There wasn't an initial I fancy him spark. I wanted to just hang out as friends. However, he ignored my question and said, did I want some company? I thought he just meant whilst I worked. Oh no, he meant at my house.
Oh.
So I say, depends on what time I finish maybe. Long story short, we go back to mine.
Oh.
I've already rang my housemate to say I'm bringing someone back, but nothing will happen. That old chestnut. We ordered an Uber from work, get home, introduced him to my housemate, then went upstairs and watched Pitch Perfect.
Oh, what a film!
Odd choice.
Love that film.
Then, halfway through the deed happened inevitably.
Right.
Alexa was playing Careless Whisper.
She was.
The next morning we got to work, he blanked me and didn't even say bye. As time went on, he kept coming back to my house, but he never once offered to pay for the Uber.
Ew!
He never once cooked for me. I was having to cook for him.
Oh my God.
He never once offered to take me on a date, but the sex was Christian Grey level stuff.
Jesus.
So no complaints in that department.
But you
Just
were
the fact
basically...
that he was...
Basically, you were wifey, and he was on, below boyfriend level.
I asked him what's going on between us now. Just so I didn't start to develop anything feelings-wise if I didn't need to. To which he replied, nothing, sorry, whilst laid next to me.
What?
I hate men.
I hate men too.
The audacity of men.
Yeah.
I've not said that in a while.
The audacity of men.
I end up having to go into hospital. He messages me to ask, could I have your Netflix password? And could you get me an Uber from the train station as I missed my bus?
Pay for your own fucking Uber.
Oh my God.
Who does he think she is? Because
he didn't want anything, did he?
He is not the one.
No.
She is not your sugar mummy.
Well, in this scenario, might as well be. Anyway,
Girly pop, you deserve better.
Hasn't asked me how I am doing or anything since.
Piece of shit.
My housemate called him out on his behaviour, and to this day he said I'm a narcissistic bitch who can't keep a secret. I was his dirty little secret, as no one at work knew about us. And that's the end of the story.
Brother,
Bloody hell. This is, I mean, we've said it before, and
Girl.
we'll absolutely say it again. This is why you don't shit where you eat.
Yeah. Don't shit where you eat.
Yeah.
It's just... I'm sorry. And I don't want to... Is victim blame the right word? But you shouldn't have been doing the wifey stuff.
No. But we've all fell victim to that. Every single one of us.
Yeah.
Does the wifey shit on the girlfriend wage? You weren't even on the girlfriend wage, babe. You were on the... like,
you were on the garlic bread. You were on the garlic bread wage. I'm sorry, you were a side piece. You were a side dish. You were on the garlic bread wage.
I've never heard you say that, and I love that analogy. The garlic bread wage.
Yeah.
The side piece. Genius. That was genius from you.
Thank you.
The garlic bread wage. Yeah, no, I mean...
Unfortunately, it's something I fall victim to quite a lot.
Yeah, you do.
I was speaking to Kira about this yesterday, and she said to me, she was like, one of your biggest strengths, but also your biggest falls in life, is that you give too much because you've got so much love to give, but no one gives it you back.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know, and I do it really fast because I feel so fast instantly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't fall in love. Like, don't get me wrong, I've fallen in love before, but if I'm talking to someone for 2 weeks, I'm not falling in love with them. That's such a lie.
It's such a lie.
That is such a lie.
Such a
Why did I
lie.
say that? That is such a lie. But it still stands. Like, it. Not every
This girl is down bad after one conversation with any man. I don't think you realise that you do it though. Like,
No.
she'll sit there and she'll be like, "Oh, I'm talking to this guy," and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, what's his name?" Start chatting about him, and she'll go, "Yeah, well, when you eventually meet him," I'll be like, "Have you even met him yet? Like, what do you mean?" She's like, "Yeah, we can go on double dates and stuff, and then when you move out next January, he can move in here." And it's like,
I have never once said that. Never. What? Who did I say that about?
about the last one.
The one just gone?
No.
The one before?
Yeah.
Oh. No, I was down bad for
literally
him.
stood in the kitchen. You stood in the kitchen and went, "Yeah, I mean, he can give up his flat because he'd probably rent it, and then he can move in here when you move out."
I was down bad for him.
Yeah.
And now I'm literally like, what did I even see in him?
We all have them. Anyway. Girly Pop, I'm really sorry that he used you for your money and he never cooked you any food. You deserve better.
You do. Goodbye.
To the pip. Tatty bye now. Tatty bye now. To the pip off to the graveyard.
Into the graveyard you
Goodbye
go.
now.
Yeah, don't settle for the garlic bread wage.
Okay, on to the next segment, which is Housemate Stories.
Housemate stories! Yeah!
I think I harmonised then.
Yeah, I think you did.
Slay from me. Go on then, right, quickly.
Quickly.
Tell us about, and I'm saying quickly because you can go off.
I can.
Tell us about the most recent guy.
So, last time we were on the pod, I said I was going on a date.
The date never happened.
The date never happened. I did
what
meet
did
him
you do,
though,
Lois?
because he bought a hotel, and he didn't buy the hotel. He bought.
Just casually bought out a whole ass
no,
hotel.
he got us a hotel room.
That's like giving NDA shit.
What's that? Oh,
You know when celebrities have to buy
Yeah.
the entire hotel out.
yeah. No, he didn't do that. It was a fucking Premier Inn in Rotherham. Wasn't that special? But yeah, we shagged, and it was good.
That was it. And
That was it. Yeah, that is pretty much it. We planned to meet on Thursday. shit happened, didn't end up meeting. He then ended things on the Friday.
Yeah.
So we are no longer speaking. We had one encounter, which was very sexual. And that is it. That is my housemate story this week. How quick was that? I bet I did it in a minute.
Probably. Nothing more to tell.
No,
Other than the fact that I nearly killed her. Like,
yeah.
I'm going to say it on the podcast for everybody right now. If you are going to meet somebody for the first time, do not, and I repeat, do not do it in a hotel. Because as we then watched the following day, we watched...
It was the same night.
We watched a Was it the same night?
Yeah. Katie came over.
She did. We watched a documentary about a serial killer who goes through dating apps to find people to take to hotels to then drug them and kill them.
But I'm not dead, so it's fine.
This is what she keeps saying to me, but I'm just gonna hone it home. Everybody.
If I'd have actually died, like if it had murdered me, then yeah, fair enough. But I'm here, so it's fine.
All I'm gonna say is let's maybe not do that again.
Never say never. No, I'm joking. I'm fully joking. I'm fully joking.
The first time, maybe date 3, fine.
Yeah.
The first time meeting somebody, it's literally the biggest red flag that anybody could ever do. Oh, we've never met, but I've booked us a hotel room. Sorry, I forgot you were a whore.
I hate that word.
You are no better than those women that Colin Bridgerton sleep with in the sweet threesome.
Wow.
I'm joking. Hey! I'm joking. Excuse me.
I don't like the fact you call me a whore.
I was joking. We've had this joke. Because I joked about it the minute you walked in.
Yes, I know, and I didn't like it then, and I don't like it now. Thank you.
Well, don't do it then. Anyway, that is my one piece of advice. If you're going to meet people on dating apps, do it in a public place.
I mean, we met outside.
Oh, so the CCTV cameras could see you. Yeah. And then the police can go, okay, so that's the last time that she saw him. Then they come knocking on my door and be like, when was the last time you saw Lois? I'd be like, before she went and met this random man that she never met before. And they'd be like, he's murdered her. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Third time, yeah, fine. Even the second, even after the date, fine. But just initially going to the hotel room before even setting your eyes on this man in real life. Anyway.
Don't follow my example, ladies and gentlemen.
No, do not.
But then again, do whatever the fuck you want.
And that too, but also do it safely. Bombastic side eye to you over there.
At least I've got a story out of it.
It was a very quick story.
It was very quick.
Anyway, my turn now.
EmJem.
Yes.
Can you tell us about Lincoln Burrows? Because I'm confused.
Right. Lincoln Burrows is a character from Prison Break.
Yes.
And there was a boy at university who looked like him.
Right. Okay.
I did not know this boy's name. Okay. But every time I saw him, I would go up to him and say, how we doing, Lincoln Burrows? Because I fancied him.
Right.
And then this one time in the SU, I went up to him. I said, Lincoln Burrows, are you buying me a drink then? And he went, go on then. So he buys me a drink. And he goes, what are you doing after this? And I said, probably going to go home. He said, with me, question mark? He didn't say question mark, but he was like...
with me, question mark?
He went, with me? And I went, see how I feel. So the night goes on. I talk to my girls, I say, I'm probably going home with Lincoln Burrows tonight. And they're like, oh my God, they're so excited for me. We meet outside. He then walks me home. He says to me, I have no intention of sleeping with you. I'm like, okay, that's fine. He says, but I will walk you home. I was like, that's very nice of you. So he walks me home. Bearing in mind, he lives on the other side of the university campus.
Jesus.
Walks me home. Get to my front door. And I say, well, thanks for walking me home. He's like, you're most welcome. I was like, do you want to come inside for a cup of tea? And he's like, I could do with a cup of tea, to be fair.
Oh.
We're stood at my door as I'm getting my keys in the door. He's like, hands all over my body.
I love that.
And yeah, I'm like, okay, it's going to happen. The reason I'm telling this story is because this is the first time and the only time that I have ever squirted.
Okay.
So, we go upstairs. It is probably the messiest one night stand I've ever had.
Yeah.
In terms of things being thrown everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He then made me squirt. And I still, to this day, do not know how to do it. Can't do it. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But this person made it happen. So then, we're spooning in bed. Gets up. He doesn't stay over. Which, for me, very rare that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of my one night stands would always stay over.
Right, okay.
So the fact that he didn't, in my head, was like, red flag.
Mm-hmm.
So, he gets up and leaves. After about an hour and a half of spooning. The next day, I get a text message from one of my very, very good friends at the time. He says, you're in the football group chat. And I go, what do you mean I'm in the football group chat? He says, you're in the football group chat, snogging Lincoln Burrows, but Lincoln Burrows has a girlfriend. And I was like, sorry, what? Like, I didn't know. This man could not find him on social media because I didn't know his name.
Oh.
He was just Lincoln Burrows. So my friend at the time was like, you've got yourself in a shit situation here. And I was like, well, how was I to fucking know? So then I speak to my other friend and I'm like, what do I do? And she said to me, she was like, you didn't know. It's not your battle to fight, my dear.
Yeah.
I would just stay out of it. Don't go anywhere near him. And you're in the clear. But yeah, so the man cheated on his girlfriend with me, but also gave me the first, real experience of probably real orgasm. Probably the first time I actually properly came, and I squirted. And the guilt that riddled my body. I was like, oh my God!
But it's not your fault.
No, it wasn't my fault. But yeah, that's my story about Lincoln Burrows.
Wow.
Still don't know his name now.
Still to this day?
I could not tell you what he was called.
Wow.
It's time for Question to the Listener.
Question to the listener!
Last episode A, we asked about hickeys.
Oh, yeah.
Would you rather have them... What did I say? How did I word it? Would you rather have a hickey where everyone can see it, or where somewhere only you two know?
I think everyone chose somewhere only you two know.
95% of people said, nah, I don't want them on show. 5% put, let them see.
You horny bastards.
Bitches! What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, what movie scene turns you on?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Let me see what answers we got.
One of the answers was red, white, and royal blue.
Yes!
That's why we watched it. Yes.
There we go. We had 365.
Yes.
And then Bridgerton.
Yes.
But specifically, the Kate and Anthony scene. You are the bane of my existence and the object of all my desires.
Yeah, I understand that completely.
That is not far enough. But yeah, somebody also put anything of an intimate queer nature, mostly gay men, lots of shame.
Why lots of shame?
I don't know.
Have you ever watched gay porn?
Maybe.
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. It's hot.
It is. It's yes. So I put to that person, please divulge. They replied, like an intimate touching and stuff, it's hot like explicit sex. Nope, don't like it. But kissing and just foreplay, red, white and royal blue is a good example.
Yes.
After watching it, I agree.
Yeah.
That film is so fucking horny.
It's very horny.
But that... quickly, that scene in Bridgerton made it to the top of last night. Forget everything else that I've watched. Forget everything else that I've said. That specific scene. Wow.
Yeah.
Just that look that... Wowzers.
I'm very excited for the part 2 because apparently they have sex against mirror.
Mirror scene.
The looking glass. As they call it in Bridgerton.
Exciting. Right.
Looking glass sex.
So, the questions this week are as follows.
I'm ready.
Linking back to Alexa Play Careless Whisper, have you ever faked an orgasm? And when was the first time that you had one? You know our answer? Now give us yours. Then, the would you rathers. Got 2.
Okay.
Would you rather, during the act of sex, have your hair pulled or your back scratched?
Hair pulled.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't got enough hair to pull.
That is a good point. I have the hair.
Yeah.
No, if someone's scratching my back, I prefer that when I'm cuddling.
Yeah.
But
well, that's back tickles, though. Like,
not
full on, like...
Oh, no. That's not for me. I prefer hair pull, slap on the arse, get to it, love.
Fine. Yeah, no, I think I'm a back scratcher. But I'm also a back scratcher when it comes to actually having sex as well.
What, scratching their back?
Yeah.
I do that, but I don't like
latcher.
it being done to me.
Oh, I don't mind.
No, it's not for me.
Ew. The next one is, would you rather
Go on.
say your ex's name in bed with your new partner or your partner's best friend's name?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. So, with my experience with the men that I've been with, I tend to go for the same name a lot. So I feel like... I feel like if my next partner has the same name as all the others...
No, he will not have the same name because he's barred. There is no man with that name coming through that door, I'm sorry.
But what if he's the love of my life?
Nope, he won't be. He won't be, because you're not going to put yourself in that situation where you find somebody with that same name again. Are you? No.
No.
Because they're toxic, horrible people.
No, I know.
And I'm associating them all with the same fucking name. I am.
Yeah.
Because I've not met a single nice one.
No, that is true. I've not really met a single nice one.
So why do we keep going for it?
I don't know. I just find them so attractive. Anywho, if I was to have another partner with the same name, wouldn't even matter. I would rather than say my ex's name, because how would they know? How would
By
they know?
that logic, fine.
By that logic.
I think I would rather say the ex's partner's name as well, because I feel like you can... Oh, it depends how long you've been with your Bruno, though.
Yeah, for
Like,
you,
if I was to
it would
do
be
that
very
now-
different.
Oh, if I was to say my... Oh, that would not be good.
No.
Not be good
But if
at all.
if it was me and I was getting with somebody new and it was going really well and then I said my ex's name, I'd be like, holy shit, I'm so sorry.
See, I've done it before.
Have you?
It happened to me with the first person that I'd slept with after breaking up with my first boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'd said that person's name and they were like, who the fuck's that? And I was like, sorry, it was my ex-boyfriend. You're the second person I've slept with in my life. Sorry.
Sorry.
But yeah, I think the ex-partner thing you can claw back a bit better on.
Yeah, the
Partner's best friend's name. Oh
no.
You're getting yourself in trouble.
Yeah, because they're just instantly going to be like,
Why the fuck are you thinking about them?
who have you slept with and not told me about, bitch?
Oh no, with the partner's best
No, I know,
friend's
but
name.
they're instantly going to think you've slept with my best mate.
Yeah.
Even though you probably
Or
haven't.
you're thinking about them in a way that you shouldn't be thinking about them.
Anna, whoop.
Anna. So yes, they're the questions. And that was that. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for your ears for listening, your eyes for watching, and your hearts for loving the fuck out of us.
You know what to do with that big fat butt. Wiggle. No, you need to send us some stories, please. We love having them. We've obviously had one today. We could do with some more, though. Go on, treat yourself. Podcast.thehoephase@gmail.com for all of your stories. You are anonymous, and you always will be.
Cannot stress that enough.
Follow us on all the social medias. We might as well plug the shows that we're in.
Yeah.
We're in 3 shows coming up.
We are.
In the next month. The 1st of June is the Ram TC One Day More Showcase. We're singing an awful lot of shit.
We are.
The 11th of June is A Night at the Musicals show at the Crucible in Sheffield for Roundabout Youth Charity for Sheffield. And Dan Walker, the radio presenter, is presenting it. Me and Lois and our dear friend Callie are doing a trio, and then we're all singing a solo. It's going to be a great time.
We are.
The 3rd and final show that we are in June is the 27th and the 28th of June, and that is the 30th anniversary of our dance school.
It is.
Where we met.
It is. Oh, how cute. Yeah, we're doing trio with Ruby and then a duet.
So yes, if you fancy coming to any of those shows, we'll put them on there. Insta. Yes. Don't forget to slay the day away.
Try not to cry.
Have an iced coffee, because I've still got one sat there that I need to finish.
Join an amateur dramatics group.
Watch Bridgerton, if you haven't already.
Have sex in a car. Have sex in a carriage. Get
I'd
fingered in a carriage.
I'd love to get fingered in a carriage.
Oh, me too. Have an orgasm.
Have an orgasm. Try it out.
Test the waters.
Test the waters. Watch Eternal Sunset of the Spotless Mind.
Sunset.
Sunset?
Sunshine.
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 Sunrise. Sunset. Sunrise. Sunset. Daddy, bye now.
Bye, guys. Love you.
Bye, Doodle Pip. Arrivederci. Love you. Bye.
Bye.